Hello, good morning everybody who is in the chat. We've got 60 people in here already. I'm going to start off just, but so we don't have to do it later on as much, please do smash that like button, hit that like button an odd number of times. If you hit it an even number of times, it will not be a like. So, yeah, please do hit that like button, and I will say hello to who we have in the chat. So, Robot's here, is here, Dominic, Jay, Eric, Ollie, Christopher, P, Venerio, Tommy. I'm going to have to stop saying... I'm going to have to call you Puck. Yeah, actually that kind of works, Puck that. Alessio, Delirium, Mr. Fry, and Elias, Baffa, Munir. Oh, we've got a few more comments coming in. So yeah, welcome everyone. Time for another little update. I was just about to do a tweet as well, because let me just go over onto here and you guys can see yesterday's daily update thing got 23 retweets. So I guess we got 23. Wait, going live for the main update once again. Retweet targets were hit yesterday. I'll tweet this out later. I was just going to try and do it with the video, but I didn't have time. So yeah, welcome everyone. I guess we should get into some price action stuff and talk about the charts. So yeah, let's start off with Bitcoin as usual. Yesterday was a day where, I mean, it played out really nicely overall, but it was one of those where we had to be a little bit more reactive rather than... So on, what day was it? We're on Thursday. On Tuesday, that was the day where like everything was hitting. Okay, so we got the short off the SFP, we came into the VWAP, we then came up into the single print, and it was all following the plan to like perfectly. Whereas yesterday, after we got this move down, I was in that long position, and I had positioned myself long for the Jerome Powell meeting. And I'd said that in yesterday's update. I was positioned long. I was looking for a little bit of relief for that to cause a little bit of relief in the market, which is what it did. But we had to be slightly more reactive in the way that that was traded. Okay, so what I mean by that, where are we? We came from here, wasn't it? So it was this move up that we were a little bit more reactive on. So this was where... Oh my god, my hay fever again is just awful. Hold on. I can't believe I have to do this like all the time. I'll be so happy when summer is over. No, I won't, but yeah, you get the idea. Woo. Okay, better. My eyes are just watering as well this morning. It's really weird. Yeah, so we had to be a little bit more reactive yesterday. So I was in a long position, and we came into that long position, which was relatively straightforward, right? We had that as from your low to your high golden pocket. We came down into this region, so that was where I was able to get into a long. We'd also taken out a nice number of stops from this move up that we had that was kind of accelerating upwards. So we did all of that. We came down, got into a nice long position, came back just before the actual meeting itself, and we had that nice move down. But then I think this upwards, like this little uptrend, yeah, was very much just... I mean, we'll have a look at the S&P in a minute, but it was such a case of like literally Bitcoin just being dragged up and dragged up and dragged up and dragged up by legacy markets because of what they'd done. So we had the SPX that came through, filled the gap from that day, and then went up to the second gap. And as soon as that happened, Bitcoin was just like, yeah, cool, we're done. And then you got that big drop. So, so that's basically how it was during this. We were looking at slightly higher targets. Okay, so we did have the region that I was mainly looking at for short positions yesterday was coming up to 21k, and the reason for that, okay, you could have come up here, taken the liquidity above these highs, and once again you have the same kind of confluence as what we saw before with this here, and we had some other stuff within that region as well. You had that as a turn on the VWAP. You had a previous day VWAP close within that region. Turn on the, oh, it's not here. Why does it always disappear from my charts? There you go. You had your previous day point of control within that region. So what I would have really loved to have seen, and this would have given a nice planned short opportunity that would have very likely worked, would have been, yeah, to get that movement up into, oh my God, my eyes again are just so itchy, into that 21k region in order to find short positions. But that wasn't really the case. What we did do is we came up just into, we had a small imbalance on the chart here. So this little region of imbalances, oh, this small imbalance on the chart here. We also had a 30-minute order block at that point. So if we do go to the top of the OB here, we had that 30-minute order block. And if we were watching order flow, we could see as we were coming up into this region that price was, it was likely that we were reaching some kind of exhaustion within that move. And I can go back over onto this, where were we? It was this one here, wasn't it? So we were just grinding up the whole way. And then we could see as we came up into the top here, we had, it wasn't so much actually on the USD pair. I'll try and find it on the US. It wasn't so much on the USDT pair, it was more on the USD pair. But we did create that little bit of excess at the high. We had that small swing fader pattern. We got that slight change of market structure locally, okay, and then that gave us an opportunity to short afterwards. So we could, the actual point in which that move became exhausted and we got that little SFP up at the highs there, we were looking at that during the trading room. I didn't myself take a short position because I was waiting for slightly higher. However, as soon as we got that change of market structure, the short was there. So this is the little SFP, right? You had that, you kind of pin above, close below, and then you started to just take out. And from here, what we were basically looking at, and I don't use it too often, is throw on. This is so weird. This one. 50. So you kind of had your 50 EMA. You had this little trend line. Not something that I use too often. But as soon as you break through that, and this is what I was saying, it was such a steady climb that we had. As soon as you lose that, you're likely to reverse and go in the other direction. So the amount of stops that would have been built, the amount of open interest that would have been built, the amount of long interest that would have been built was likely to go, as soon as you start to hit these stop losses, it just creates a cascade through slippage and just one stop loss running into the next, running into the next, running into the next, running into the next, and that kind of thing. So as soon as we lost that, that did present us with the opportunities to short. So where I was able to take a short was coming back into the daily open. Okay, so you can see clearly, change of market structure, you've got nice uptrend, 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 uptrend. Oh, no, we've lost these ones. Already stopped out all of these people. What are you looking for now? Come back up into a level of importance. That at the moment says daily, but of course that was yesterday's daily open. Take the short position from that, and then you're looking to take all of the stops from below. So, need to blow my nose again. This is awful today. It's been raining, and it's just... Hold on. It's almost like when it rains, it becomes even worse because the pollen's just low and it's everywhere. And but yeah, there we go. So that was where I was able to take the short position. Then we did have a couple of scalp opportunities. So we came into VWAP, small little VWAP bounce. That was a small little scalp position. It did give us that 0.5, which we take as a minimum target from that. So basically your tolerance for these VWAP bounces, you want to get in a VWAP. I don't allow price to go more than 0.5% below. If it goes more than 0.5% below, I get the hell out of there. And then if it goes 0.5% above, I take profit. So that was a nice little VWAP bounce. It wasn't a great one. And then what we had was a couple of swing failure patterns at the lows. So these were really, really straightforward to trade. And VWAP, again, playing an important part. So you come down here, you take out the low of the day. Okay, so this is where I had taken the long position, was able obviously to take profit as we were coming up, but able to get back into a long position here, back into VWAP. What do you do when you're at VWAP? You've already flipped that from being support into resistance. You can get short again, and once again, just around before the daily open, you take out the lows again, another swing failure pattern, and where does it go? It finds its way back, obviously not up towards VWAP at this point, but you did have from here to here. There's your golden pocket, another reason to take profit. So pretty decent day of trading, but it was much more reactive in the end than it was to be kind of planned trades, because we were within a little bit too much of a tight range to be looking at any major support and resistance on either side, and everything was kind of internal. And that's so often what happens during these days where there's Fed meetings, FOMC stuff, Jerome Powell speaks, is you have this kind of internal day. Go onto the daily chart. It wasn't an inside day, but you get the idea. It's not really threatening liquidity from any major moves, so it wasn't really threatening the lows that we put in earlier in the week. It wasn't really threatening the highs that we put in, and it was just another one of those kind of internal moves that you just have to be a little bit more reactive as prices coming into that region. So a decent day of trading. And again, today I think we're probably looking at more of the same. I don't really think we're going to be seeing anything too major, seeing anything too impulsive. I think it's a case of let's just fill out this range that we're in. So obviously we've got the daily open all the way down here. It's going to present a relatively nice level if we do come back into that. We've got the daily level just above, so if we can get one more push up into the daily level, that would be kind of decent. Once again, just eyeballing this, you got a little rising wedge going on here. So it's a very, very similar situation to yesterday. Okay, so we're kind of forming this wedge, very similar to what we had up here as well. This was more so on Ethereum. And I do think it's likely that we can continue to climb up a bit further, and then we're going to get a bit of a drop, probably coming back down towards this 20k level, 20,100 kind of region later on in the day. So, I must sound awful. I must sound really awful on here. Yeah, let's go. Let's have a look in the chat anyway. Who do we have in here now? Tommy, avoid hay fever by going to Dubai again. Yeah, I was absolutely fine back there. It's just I came back during like the height of it. June is such a bad month for me. Van says, take a guess, Monday's highs or Monday's lows. So they're down here somewhere. So we could take a look at that. I don't think we're going to be threatening those today necessarily. Maybe we are. Right, heck yeah. Yeah, the thing. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop talking about about my hay fever, or I'm gonna try to. I think it's because it's too early in the morning. I still haven't even had a shower, so I'm just dirty and yeah. I woke up a bit late today just because I was suffering. So, where are we? What can we look at for today? Let's just let's do some stuff. Let's do stuff. Let's look at the charts. So I'm not in a position today. Once again, we can see VWAP. Oh, this is what we did have. So far today, anyone, crew, this one's for you. Who can tell me? I mean, I've already done the update sheet from today. But anyway, who can tell me what we had this morning? Off of the daily open. So this is textbook, right? Really, really good example of it. So as soon as you have your daily open, you have that quick move below that takes liquidity. Okay, you reverse it, you reclaim the daily open, and then what you're looking to do is get long at VWAP at daily open, and you just ride that up until you get some kind of spike in volume. So you could just continue to ride this all the way up until basically you lose VWAP. So you would have been stopped at this point here, but this gave a really, really good trade on the daily open. So if anyone did take this, who traded Asia session? Obviously I did not, because that's a little bit late for me, unless we have a trading room scheduled. So I did not take this trade, but if anyone did, that is the result. Although your initial spike in volume was here, so I would have taken profit here, and then I would have got stopped. So realistically, you had another volume up at the highs, you had excess up at the highs, so that would have been three take profit levels with a total, let's say you get in out somewhere at the wick, around a 5-to-1 risk to reward off of this. So a 5R trade off of the VWAP open drive this morning. Really, really good example of that. So hopefully there's people in the chat that did trade that. That is one of our textbook trades, one that we always look for in the daily open, and that one played out to perfection. The other thing that we did have, okay, let's go back onto the session volume profile, is there's your daily open outside of value area, acceptance within value area. Where did price come up to? All the way up into value area high. So the 80% setup was there, completed today as well. So within literally an hour and a half of open, so within 1.5 hours, you had VWAP open drive and 80% setup complete, which is great. Mr. Fry, link you on another bet. 13k Bitcoin late June or in July. No, I'm going to keep the 3k one because I think the 3k one's unrealistic, but I think the 13k one is realistic. So I'm certainly not doing a bet on that because I would probably agree with you. So yeah, I will not be doing that. We're getting a move. So this could give us a little opportunity. We're still in this little meme wedge. We do have the daily level here. So let's see how we get on. That is yesterday's open. That would be a pretty decent scalp short opportunity straight away off of that. So we've got that during the stream. Anyone who wants to take it, let's have a look at the order flow. Let's just see what's going on at that point. This one's miles back. We'll go on to here. But yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer, right? You go into yesterday's open. You've had a nice drop off in open interest from that. You've got some liquidations up there. You've got some excess up at the highs. We're not really seeing anything too impulsive right now. Scalp short. So you can just take that without really thinking too much. We fall back into this level here. You're basically looking again, the rules 0.5%. You're already there basically. So there you go. That's here to take profit for me automatically at this point, and that's a scalp short. That's how you like to scalp it. And yeah, cool, nice. Nice. I think that we could end up finding a little bit of continuation from here as well. That looks like decent excess at the highs, and I think that could be a local high that we've just put in. Looking back down towards some lower levels now. So I'm going to keep this wedge on here. We're going to see how this plays out. We're still falling, so at this point we're looking to change market structure, just take out these lows, probably a little bounce from that point. And then if you were not already in a short, then if we do get that market structure change, you'd look for short positions back within this region here. Yeah, cool, taking the stops. Easy. It's so straightforward, and that's the thing. It's not rocket science at all. You come into that level. That's why it's there on the chart. You get the reaction. Down we go. So we're probably at like 2% move by now. Not 2%, 1%. 0.5 was here. I thought not if I was like here. Okay, we're almost at 1% of a 1% move. If you did miss that opportunity, I think that's the local change of market structure we could probably be looking at. I mean, it's a scalp, so I wouldn't like to take this, but back into here, back into that wick space. If you're looking for this to come back down into the lows now, then that's something that could be traded. I probably personally would wait for this to take out some of these stops before looking to get back in on a short, but there you go. Cool. Great. Okay. Back inside previous day value area. Back inside the daily value area. And we have weekly open here as well. Why is weekly open not on my chart? Very strange. Shall we have a quick look at Ethereum whilst we wait? Is there anything else on Bitcoin that I need to go over? The actual main targets to the downside are the same. So if we are going to drop down from this point, which I think is fairly likely now that we've hit the daily. So now that we've hit the daily, I would be looking for this to get a bit of a move down. If we are to do that, there are two main areas of interest for myself. That's 19,500 and 19k. Okay, so we do have confluence within both of those regions. This one here being a little bit hidden, but what it would basically give us is it takes out, that was Monday, wasn't it? Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Yeah. But we're still, oh no, this was still during Sunday. Oh yeah, so yeah, we do take out Monday's low. Again, I'm trying to keep my chart clean, but it takes out Monday low. And we come into a small volume POC. Time POC. Why does that say volume POC? This is a time POC because it is blue. My volume POC is red. My time POC is blue. So we do have that time point of control down there that I can show you in just a minute, and we are taking out the Monday low. So I think that would be a pretty good target here. And then if we are to continue lower, it's the same thing, right? This is the one that we've been showing you every single day. Golden pocket from your low to your high. Where is it? It's at that daily level, and that takes out basically everything, all the stops that we've got from within this mini range. And I am taking out all this impulsive stuff from the lows, and then we're basically looking at all of this being reclaimed. You don't want to come back into this region here, but if we are just taking out this, we're spiking into that a little bit and we're getting a quick reaction out of it, then I think that's okay. So those are the two main areas that I am looking for long positions. I am still short from this high. I don't think that's going to be threatened. I am not worried about that one bit. Yeah, those are the two main areas of interest for myself. Take profit on short, look for long positions. If we do somehow get any higher, then it's still 21k. Okay, it's still there. So we do have liquidity above the highs. We do have a VWAP close there. We do have a naked point of control there. So that is still potential to the upside. So basically, long positions from here, short positions here. Everything in between is a scalp. So these are day trade opportunities. Everything in between is a scalp. So if we are going to fall out of this wedge, which seems almost inevitable at this stage, it's kind of clinging on. Look at that. I draw a wedge and it works. It's great. Happened on Ethereum the other day. Potentially scalp the VWAP, but I do not think that this will hold. Because I think what we've seen so far today is just some kind of range built above. You get a couple of decent reactions off of it. We've lost that, a range built around it, and we're kind of back above at this stage. If we are to come into VWAP, I do think that would give us a bounce. But I would imagine at that stage it's going to be lost, so we could probably get some kind of bounce, and then we're looking back down towards the daily open down here. That, for me, is the highest probability of what we're looking for at the moment. It's that little 50 EMA that's giving us some support here as well, so not something I trade too often, but it is something to be aware of, that little 50 EMA, especially when you're scalping. and you're looking for local trend changes, then that is quite a useful thing to be watching. Everything else within here, I don't really think there's anything internal. No. 5 minute. Your daily open's the main level for sure. You had that support off of this little 5 minute order block earlier, and that would have been confluence. So into your 618 there, into a little 5 minute OB, came back up, back into a little 5 minute OB, down into a little 5 minute OB, taking out the highs, swing failure pattern into your daily level, looking for lower for sure. Yep, cool. Dread mining daily open 19982. Yeah, it's around like 19962 for my chart. So is this text too small for people? I can just make this a little bit higher, a little bit bigger. How do I do that again? Here. Uh, there. Is that clearer? Cool. That's Bitcoin. Ethereum. We're going to be looking at much the same on this. It's annoying. I wanted that to come up into the daily and the POC again as well. So ETH was a similar situation to obviously what we had in Bitcoin yesterday. This was easier to catch the short. So a much easier short to get on Ethereum because we did just hit the daily level and hit the range point of control. So although the high that we got on Bitcoin was after the Jerome speech yesterday, was a little bit tricky to time. Unless you were watching order flow, this one was much more straightforward. And again, a couple of nice little swing failure patterns of the low, coming down to value area low here, taking out basically all the stops from taking out the lows of the wedge again here. So that is your target. If you do have a rising wedge like this, your target is to take out the point in which that forms, which is here. It's taken that out. You've had a decent bounce off of that. So ETH, very, very similar, just following along with Bitcoin at the moment. And yeah, doing the same kind of thing. So from here, you got your VWAP bound standard deviations that are playing out quite nicely. So you got to be aware of those. But yeah, nothing too much has changed on Ethereum. From a TPO perspective, again, like I said earlier, we've had the 80% setup, so that's done. We've reached target for. So if you're in long positions, 100% should have been taking profit off of these, like massively, because everything that you'd want to see apart from this MPOC has been hit. So unless we're going to get something enough volume to break through and to come into this 21,500 region, no, 21k, 21,050 level, then it's very unlikely we're going to see any higher. So if you are long, let's say big, take profit here, and looking for lower, yeah. Fine. Did your chart fill weekly value area high or not? Let's have a look. I'll do this on here. So we merge back to Saturday, Sunday, Monday here, yeah. No. So we've not. This is the value area that we've got for the week so far. Oh my god. Um, Look at the markers. I don't tend to trade those so much. What am I doing? Brain work. Enable developing week. Weekly value area high. So yeah, we've not really come up into that. I don't know where this was yesterday. Okay. Possibly on TradingView, but not on here. Ah, we've had this other opportunity for short now. This is what I mean. After this bounce, you're coming back up. A second opportunity to take a short position for lower, and now you've got your invalidation up at these highs. You don't want to be too early on this, but the fact we've had 1, 2, 3 SFPs, if you can get some kind of short here with that being your invalidation, and you're taking it at this stage, you're taking it to daily open as a take profit, you could potentially take it down to that 19,500 time point of control, and you could potentially take it all the way down to that 18,950, 18,940 daily level that we have down there. So if you are able to get into short positions, I think these give you pretty good bang for your buck for these shorts. Like obviously we could still go a bit higher, but the probability is there, the risk to reward is there, everything's there that you need for a good short position off of this. So there you go. The other thing that you'd have to be aware of is if we are looking at this as a wedge, you're just looking to take out that low at that stage, and that would give you likely a small bounce. But I still think lower throughout the day. If we are to lose VWAP at this stage and this starts to roll over, then that's what you would be looking at. So hopefully a few people have taken short positions off of that. I myself haven't, because I'm doing a stream, which is really annoying, but I am already in a short, so I'm fine. I did compound my short yesterday. I don't really feel a need. So my short was compounded here. The fact that we're here again, it's the same level for me, so it's not massively important for me to take another trade. And I'm streaming, and I don't have my exchange open, so I couldn't have taken it anyway because it all happened a little bit too quickly. Yeah, Lupac. SFP is a swing failure pattern, so that means basically I like the way that so you're looking at these are like pivot points, swing points, okay? These basically meaning that every time you're getting continuation from there. A swing failure pattern is when you just basically peak above, close below. You don't get any continuation off of that, and then you're looking basically for a trend reversal off of the time in which you get that. So they've got a really, really high probability, nice hit rate off of those. So whenever you take out these highs, even from like a 1 minute time frame, I know you closed above, but basically straight above, straight up, straight down, creates that swing failure pattern. You had it again here. So here's another example. Okay, you go up, you close below, you get a nice short position off of that, and you often get those second opportunities to get in. So this is what I mean. You have that initial change in market structure, you come back in, you're looking for shorts within that wick space, within the previous level, and then you can trade that down as a scalp. Very, very similar to what we've just had here, although we never got quite high enough because that was a very reactive, impulsive move off of the lows. You had an SFP of these highs, and at this stage, as long as you can get back in around the 0.5 to the kind of 618, so there's your low. The way that I would tend to trade this is I'm basically looking at these levels. Okay, your 0.5, your 618, your 786. You can try and find short positions within that, within this candle here, and then you're looking to take that down further. So if you are looking at this as some kind of scalpy thing as well, we never quite got high enough, but this does give you projections to the downside that we could be looking at. So you've got a few levels on here. If you just go into scalpy stuff, but obviously weren't able to catch that position, so it doesn't really matter. Cool. Easy. Can I take a look at Rune short daily POC 1.618 extension? Hasn't taken the weekly high though. I'm not going to look at altcoins. Basically, during this, I'll look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, S&P. If we want to be looking at any altcoins, I might take them if I have time at the end. Generally speaking, no. But if you do super chat, that's why super chat is there. If anyone wants any altcoin requests, then you have to make me look at them, not ask for them. If you ask for them, I will very likely say no. If you make me look at them, the only way to make me look at them is by a super chat. And that could be like $1. I don't care. That's the rule. And I'm keeping that rule. So before we just wrap things up, I think today we'll just look at S&P. There's nothing too much to really, really be looking at. I'll go more over yesterday's stuff. So this is just where we were yesterday. Okay, we had 2 gap fills. Easy if you're in. I can never remember names on YouTube compared to what you are on Discord. But if you are on the Discord, Delirium, did you just post it in normal altcoins TA or in our crew? So it's in the crew section. I might look at it. I might look at it in a minute, seeing as other people are talking about it. But yeah, yesterday, SPX, 1 gap fill, 2 gap fill. At this point, this is where Bitcoin started to roll over. So this is what I mean by the timing of it. It was just very much a case of Bitcoin followed the S&P, and then as the S&P pulled back, Bitcoin just completely puked and came back down and took out the lows. So on the SPX, it was holding really nicely. It had this nice little range that it had formed, but Bitcoin just rolled over. And I think that had a lot to do with the fact that they started talking about stablecoin regulation and crypto in general during this speech yesterday. So the market didn't react too kindly to that. I mean, technically, it was very much there as a trade. The amount of stops that were being hit on Bitcoin, it was always likely that you were going to run that back down really, really quickly. But the market certainly used that as a catalyst. Oh, look, Jerome Powell, head of the Federal Reserve, is talking about stablecoins and regulating them. Let's dump things. So, yeah, one of those little situations yesterday. On the S&P right now, we're getting a bit of a move up. It actually looks kind of good. So I'm still looking. SPX looks decent. Bitcoin not so much. You've got a nice little range to trade off of this. So very, very similar to what Bitcoin's done. Got a pretty decent little range here. So could we be looking at some kind of deviation up at the highs? Similar to what it did at the lows, back down into the midpoint. Midpoint's kind of good, right? Works. It's been working. So a similar situation, really. And there's some levels to the upside. Cool. You know what? I'm going to look at Rune very, very quickly, and then I'm going to wrap things up. Because it would be nice to get some shorts on alts. Get rid of these anchored VWAPs because they're miles away. There we go. That's better. Lupac made this. You're my new favorite crypto channel. You're a beats. I guess you mean beast on the charts. Thank you very much. Do I know any CVD indicator on TradingView? I do not think there is one on TradingView yet. No. I will check because they're releasing new things all the time, but CVD? Uh... Hmm. You know what? There is. And it is a TradingView one. EP. Editor's Picks. Well done, TradingView. They have finally added a CVD. Let's see how it compares to this one. So this is on session view. So this resets session by session. If we can change this. I want to go. This is cool. So if I reset that, that's your CVD for the week. And this is what I was talking about earlier with like you cannot be looking at the bearish CVD divergence that we had on stuff. All right, nice. We have CVD on TradingView, and it is a TradingView indicator, and it actually looks really good. It looks really good. So I'll be playing around with this. Thank you for asking that question because it's not something I would normally have checked because I always just use EXO for CVD, so it is there. Great. Or you can even start it so you can go for like a New York session CVD on here. We can get CVD divergence. Cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. Let me just collapse that. Fine as well. You know the rules. If you want me to look at BTC XAU, then super chat me. You're always here saying how much you're making, so $100 for you, maybe more. If you want me to look at a chart for Farhan, minimum $100. I want to go back to RUNE quickly. I said I would do it. I said I'd have a quick look. It's not something that I've charted for a long time. So let's go RUNE tether. I am going to remove everything on this chart. We will start from the top and we will go down. Is there anything that has a bit more data? Is that as far as you can get? I guess it is. So there's not really anything. We're not in danger of reaching any of those monthly levels. There's a weekly. If you are going to go bullish, that's a long way up still. That's a weekly order block at the lows. So I would mark that weekly level there. That's actually what we hit. Shit. Nice. Cool. Altcoins. Great. Daily levels. RUNE's pretty good. RUNE is pretty good. I think that's enough. 4 hour. Look at this. The respect. Oh, itchy nose again, man. Seriously. Shaman, Solana held a weekly level worth a look. We did look at Solana yesterday. That was one of the ones that got asked about. And yes, it has hit. You're just holding above it, aren't you? Um, okay, so what we've previously had, and I think this is what you're looking for as for short positions, right? You had a nice daily level that was off of this, and obviously slightly front run. That's life. That's altcoins for you. But a 1 hour order block that was up at these highs, so you had a nice change of direction off of this. You had that engulfing candle which created that 1 hour OB. Price getting rejected off of that. We've had something very similar up here. So if we are looking at, let's just go from, I mean, we can take this. We'll take this as a wide enough range, just because on altcoins they so often overshoot everything. So you're looking at quite a wide OB off of there, which we had that little wick up into it. And then on this occasion, once again, you can basically just take it from here, and you'd be looking for short positions within that same area. And you can see the wicks that we've had into that. You can take it down into this. That's where your actual blocks start. So if you're looking for short positions based off of the same idea that here was your short last time, okay, within this region. So let's say you get short off of here. There's your invalidation. Where would you want to take that down to? I mean, range POC, golden pocket, back down to these lows, I think at this point would be decent. So if we are shifting that over and you're getting short within here, I think you'd be going TP1, point of control, TP2, value area low. It takes out these lows and it is actually lining up really nicely. So if you can take out these lows, and then obviously if we are going to get a continued downtrend across the market, then that does set up quite nicely for that. So for a short position, yeah, I think we've got a pretty good risk to reward for this. What I would like to see is a little SFP of these highs because it's holding up here. So the fact that it's holding, I would like to see this taken out once more. You've got a bit of a range going on here. So was that level? Yeah. So you've taken out these lows. I think this could continue a little bit. If you can just get an SFP off of the high, that would give a really, really great short opportunity to take back down. And then it's the same levels of support. The fact that we're holding a range, I do think it's likely that we can find one more push to the upside. Previously, we've just, so you've had that happen here. Okay, you've had this. You kind of form the range lower. But you do get those SFPs in which to actually enter. Same again on this one, okay? So you make a high, you spike back up into it. So far today, I mean, was that the point there? We come back into the midpoint. So you did have 1, 2 off of this, but they're quite close together. I'd like to see it come back above. But yeah, short positions on RUNE could be there. You've got a very easy invalidation. If it closes above that daily level, then you'd want to get out of the short, because I think that sets you up for. So on the flip side of that, you've got short position here, quite a nice short position. You got bearish CVD on RUNE, so you've got, this is great. I can look at CVD on here. You've got bearish CVD divergence on RUNE. That also happened. I mean, that's a different week, so we can go back for a month. I just want to do this as a visible range. So let's just do it for the whole. That'll take too long to load. Let's just do it for 1 month. Come on. But anyway, it's there. Bearish CVD on RUNE. But this is what I was getting at. You do also have, if you want to go newbie, this daily level basically being quite clear resistance, and you can see how it was here as well. So do we have some kind of inverted head and shoulders here? If we can break above and we can hold, then that sets you up for a move up towards the daily. So this is why you want to have quite a tight invalidation, because if you do break above this high and this high, it's likely looking quite good. And I think if you were able to hold above that daily, then you'd be setting targets for quite a lot higher. So you want to have certainly a tight invalidation on any short positions that you're looking for, because it could, if it does show a little bit of volume, a little bit of strength, quite easily flip the other way. But yeah, for me, absolutely short position, you're looking for targets down at the POC and back down at the value area low, which is lining up with this region here. So that's where you'd want to be getting back into longs. Where you are right now is pretty decent for shorts. What is this? And I'd be looking at something along these lines. Short from here. There's your invalidation. Yeah. There's your invalidation. See if we can take out these lows. It's a very similar thing to Bitcoin. You're ignoring this capitulation. So you don't really want to be finding yourself back into there. And at that point, what you then set up for is quite a nice long position, because you really don't want to be going back there. Otherwise, the whole market's going to puke. And then you can do that. So actually, that's pretty good. That would be perfect. But it very much depends on what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin shows strength and continues higher, then Rune's going to continue higher as well. You might not get these. But if we do get that pullback on Bitcoin, if we're able to get the pullback on something else, that's why I'd ideally want to get an SFP off of Rune and hit that trend line in order to take a short position rather than take it here, because it just gives you a tighter invalidation. You want to get into a short as high as you possibly can, so you're not losing if it doesn't work out. But for sure, that would be my plan on Rune, if I were to have one. I'm going to screenshot this and I'm going to post it into the altcoins section. I just put it into the old. Ooh, breaking up. Go on, bitty bitty. It held. It held the meme wedge. That's the thing. That's why scalp positions. I mean, what it didn't do was take liquidity at the daily level, because it was a slight front run, wasn't it? So it was a slight front run. So this could just be coming back because where the big money is did not get in. So this is given another quite good opportunity again here. So we'll have to wait and see what happened actually at the lows. See, this is being forced up. All right. That's a bit more like it. This time, I kind of want my exchange open because there may be another opportunity to short this. Squeezing, isn't it? You've not got longs opening up into this area either. So we're not trapping any long positions yet. We've certainly stopped out a lot of shorts. You've had a massive decrease in open interest. So you certainly wouldn't want to keep chasing this move and to go long. You've got nice excess at the highs. I am going to compound my short position here because my short is pretty safe at the moment anyway, above those previous highs. So this is giving me an opportunity just to get a better entry onto that. So yeah, it makes sense for myself, because I'm already in a short position to compound that, because this is short from these highs. And now the fact that I'm able to get into a better, another nice level off of this, so I've got an average entry around here somewhere now. So we'll see how it goes though. But that was, yeah, good little move. Let's get back onto chat. What are people saying? All right, I'm gonna wrap things up now. I think we are done. We have done an hour. That is plenty. I do not want to keep this over an hour, because anyone that is waking up in the US that wants to check this back, an hour is a long, a long stream to be looking through, for just a trading room. Ideally, I want to get these down to about half an hour in the future, once we've settled into everything. So we'll just keep things fairly short, but an hour is plenty. Thank you once again, everybody, for watching. We've got 124 viewers in here and 71 likes. If we can end the stream with 100 likes, that would be amazing. And also, if there is anyone that is new in here, then please do. First of all, I'm just going to post this tweet in a minute, but do check out tauruscrypto.com. Okay, here it is, tauruscrypto.com. It is there at the bottom of your screen. Type that into your toolbar. I will get alerts on my phone if I see new people that are going onto the website. So everybody go visit the website now. Look at the phone. I will get alerts on my phone. Once we start getting alerts on my phone of people visiting the website, then I will be able to end the stream. So do go check out tauruscrypto.com, where you can learn a lot more about our community. You can also join our free Discord community, so you can click the little Discord guy at the top there. That will link you through to our Discord. Okay, Discord app launched, blah blah blah. What you can also do is click connect down here. If you would like to learn more about the crew, so we do have the crew section, which is our kind of the paid service that is within the community. This is what we do as work. So these streams are a little bit of fun, they're nice conversation. But what we do within the crew is we are seriously trading this stuff every single day. Okay, so we do trading rooms every day. Here come the people. Thank you very much for visiting the website. Someone here from Brussels, Belgium. We've got someone here from Ukraine as well. Got someone from India. And if you would like to say hello in the chat, we do down here. Oh wow, this is too big. Squeeze it back in. You can click this little let's chat thing and you can say hello to myself and to the rest of the staff and everything. But anyway, we do these trading rooms, so we do trading rooms daily. We've got thousands of hours of educational content, tons of educational content there. And anyone who is wanting, we are currently offering a free trial on here, and this is because of the Bybit World Series of Trading. So if you are interested in taking part in the Bybit World Series of Trading, which is a really, really fun trading competition, then if you go onto our Discord, then we do have an announcement here of how you can take part in this and how you can get yourself a free trial. Oh, look, we've got lots of people. Australia, someone from Australia visiting. Kuala Lumpur. Someone says, visitor 9606 says, hey fam. All right. But yeah, if you are interested in the free trial, what you need to do is to trade with us in this trading competition. We currently have 89 people on our team. It would be amazing if we can get 100. So we have 89 people here. If we can get this team up to 100, that will be fantastic. I will be very happy. Details on how you can get the free trial of the crew membership is on our Discord page. So you need to open an account using our affiliate link. That's very important, because by using our affiliate link, we get a tiny little bit of commission for every time you take a trade. So basically for us, for you getting free access into the crew, we get a tiny bit of commission, pennies, for doing that, and that basically is acting as a payment for the work that we put in within the crew section. Deposit a minimum of 500 USDT to be eligible for trading in the competition. Join Team Taurus. So if you click on this link here, then it will take you through to the page that I just showed you here, where you can join, and then you can register for the trial by going back onto this, and you can click on this little trial thing here. So you can go register for free trial, and that will give you a trial until the 4th of July. Okay, so that is how it all works. If anyone has any more questions, give us a little chat, message, DM us in Discord. It likely won't be me that responds, but someone within the team will respond, most likely P, because P is a bot. He never sleeps, even though he's got, well, he never sleeps now because he's got a new baby. But yeah, that is how you can join. And on that note, I will say thank you very much once again to everyone who has watched. Bitcoin's still looking kind of strong here, right? You had a bit of a move down. We're holding around this level. So yeah, I've just compounded short. We'll see how this goes. Cool. See you later, everyone. Have a great day. We will be trading today's Asia Open. Now I might have something that we might need to change that up a little bit, because if I'm going to be doing these 10 a.m. streams, then Asia Open might need to get rethought. So we might do New York instead, and we might do special guest for Asia Open again, but I'll let you guys know. Thank you. The amount of times I say thank you before I actually end the stream, and I never actually end it, and I keep talking because I just have verbal diarrhea and I keep talking forever. So enough verbal diarrhea. I'm going to mute my microphone. Have a great day. See you later. Bye bye. You know what? I actually want to watch this. Shit, sorry. Anyone who's left, come back. I actually want to watch this because I've just seen the chat. I thought I was going to end it. Stay, people, stay. How's the view account? It's gone down a little bit. Just quickly, if we are going to get a move, I do want to quickly look at the fund. This is quite important. Funding rates, okay? So yeah, I've just seen this in the chat. We do have quite heavily negative funding rates, which are paying along positions quite nicely, okay? So there's not really any major reason to be looking massively short right now. As I have said previously, I am swing long from the low lows. I'm in a short position. I would like to see price go down lower, but overall, I feel that we do eventually search our way back up to kind of the 30k level or something along those lines with time. Okay, so I don't think we're looking at any major breakout today. I really don't think that that's happening now either. I'd be surprised if we're getting a breakout now. Just in case we do start to like significantly break, then we do have a daily level at 22,500, and if we do really get some volume coming in, then 26,500 are some very key levels. So just before I wrap up this, I am going to close the stream because I don't think this is happening now, but just so people are aware, if we are to get that bigger move up towards the top of the range, these are two very, very important levels that I am looking at. Okay, so 22,500, 26,500. Potential SFPs are the highs once we get up there. So be aware that is a possibility. I will be closing my short position if we do get above 21k, basically, at this stage. And now I really am going to end the stream, because that has just kind of, just in case, because we do have something like some kind of bump and run type of thing going on. We could be looking at this as on larger head and shoulders. That would give us a quite nice move up to this level. Okay, so if we are going to break out, I would be looking at the breakout to be to the upside. However, I am remaining open to more downside, because that for myself would give some nice opportunities for getting into a long position. What we do have to be very aware of, though, nice rounded bottom at the lows. Not much volume down here. We're not really showing any major signs of weakness, so that wedge at this stage could be, I mean, that basically is invalidated. We have shown a bit of strength since that, getting that move. We had a nice scalp off of the daily level. It gave you what you wanted, which is 0.5 to 1% for a scalp trade. That has happened, and now that could have given enough trap shorts in order to get a move up. So that bias, that slightly bearish bias, because of the volume that we're starting to break in, because of the volume that we're starting to bring in here, and that volume is buying volume, I would be aware that we do have a pretty decent chance of getting some move higher. But 21k, very, very, very important. Okay, if we are looking at 21k, then we do have to be aware that that could be, yeah, pretty significant off of this. This is the thing, CVD bearish as fuck, yeah, but you've got to, sorry, swear words. It is and it isn't, right? This is what you've got to be aware of. You've got to take this as if, so this is basically what you're looking at for CVD divergence. You're measuring it against this high here. To me, that at the moment it looks like it's leading. That looks fairly strong to me. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens, but it looks relatively decent. I mean, if volume is going to start to come in, then that could lead us to higher prices. So it does look as if when you're getting this much, and it's clearly there is an attempt to hold prices down, but if we do get some volume in, and we're starting to bring in that volume, that's all you need. Once you get that volume as well as that trigger, forget about the CVD being bearish. That will only work if you're in similar market conditions to what we've been in. And what we've been in so far today is a very chilled out range. If you start to find something impulsive, that CVD will be leading. It will break through the limit sell orders that we've got here, and it can lead to quite a big pop up in price. So yeah. Cool. I'm completely done now. I've said enough. So thank you, everyone. I really, really, really am going to end now. Give the video stream a like if you haven't done so already, and